Welcome back to hopefully less talking. Oh god, it's more talking. Well, here we go.
잊지 말게. 황금 가전은 보존통에 들어있으니 함부로 대하지 말고.
Don't forget, the golden birds are kept with a preservation container. Take extra care when you handle it.
그래.
Yeah, okay. We've been working our birds last those shiny twigs too. We know enough about their worth not to throw them around willy-nilly. Garrison did nothing to deter Hohenheim, who's voicing his warning again and again. Alright, the lab's this way. Lab's that way. The facility management room is... Ezra is tracing available routes to guide the LCD department, who rides with Mose, while others crept down the corridor, alert of any danger lurking in the shadows. What was that? The walls dropping down. Hey, watch out, you guys! The corridor was thrown into complete chaos. Sinclair, this way! I can't. It's too far. Is everyone alright? It would seem that the quarantine system designated for abnormality containment breaches has just been activated. The Meursault, who has been standing close by, replied a monotonous voice. As he said, when I looked around, that was close. That nearly flattened us like pancakes. We were by breaths away from disaster. Shabby thing. What a... What? Just when I didn't think it could get any worse, it did. Waste of time.
그런데 유슈 씨는 어디에 계시는 건가요?
Where's Ryoshu, by the way? Manager Esquire, where art thou? Oh god, we're gonna be split. Oh god. Sinclair and Don Quixote were desperately calling out from the other side of the wall. Hey, I think this is the first time we've been so completely separated from Dante. Then we can't afford to get hurt. I don't sense any abnormalities around. Now they've taken over the security walls too. They effectively forced us to split up. Not to worry, Executive Manager. It's only a minor setback. Allow me to assume command of this unit for the time being. Hello? This is the first thing you're worried about. Shouldn't you be more concerned about Dante? This has grown quite a predicament. Oh, I let out a heavy sigh. Are you alright, team leader? I am. At least we have no injuries among us. After all that planning, we end up separated into completely random teams. Let's first check who we have on each side. Okay, it's me, Meursault, Greg, Yisang, and also Ryoshu. We got the detective, Miss Ungdu, and me over here, and Ishmael, Rhoda, and me. Otis too. For us, Martin, the assistant,
그리고 그 밖에 등등이 있네.
Us, Martin, the assistant, LCE, team members, and the rest.
등등이 무엇인가?
The rest of whom you speaketh, though, it is a phrase used by individuals who find it especially difficult to acknowledge their betters. Me, Don Quixote, and Faust. There's no chance we were getting the security wall out of our way with our combined efforts. The master key card doesn't work either. It should be able to override the lockdown, but either the LCE wasn't having any luck on their side. There's been a minor deviation, but it can't be helped. Advance according to plan. This unit, including the LCD, will neutralize any hostiles in the facility, one threat at a time. We'll assist you in finding the trail as soon as we're done repairing the security cameras. Acknowledge the LCE and Hohenheim team will secure the facility management room and prioritize storing power. As for the executive manager team, proceed to the laboratory for the Goldenberg retrieval. Figures I end up doing a team doing the fighting. What a pain. Alright, off we go. I will take the lead. The rest of you follow me. And with that, Otis and the LCD department faded into the distance on the opposite side. We should get moving too. Although I think just Martin and my assistant here will be enough to restore power to the facility management room. There seems to be a lack of power structure in the generation and distribution of electricity here. It is regrettable that the facility lacks backup mechanisms to handle unforeseen emergencies of this sort. With the breadth of my responsibility, it's only natural that I would have been too busy to be responsible for the facility design. However, when viewed independently, the structure of the laboratory itself is... Fret not thyself over such trifling a matter, young Heathcliff. Alright, with the three of us together, we'll be able to overcome whatever obstacle that gets in our way. Probably. The voice of Holtheim and the other sinners also slipped further into the background. Should we get a move on too? Let us know if you sense the Goldenberg, Manager Bud. Okay. The two smokers of the group ended up on the same team. What are the odds? I never knew how the others managed to pull through working conditions without... There was a time when I partook, but I cannot find any reason to maintain the habit. Oh, there was? What did you smoke? Mostly things that fall under the category of cigarette. After all these years of watching you never walk out of land, I never paid you. It was one hell of a straight-laced fella. I partook in both cigarettes. That word. I started taking categories of activity. In both categories of activity, those accepted as right and those accepted as wrong. During my time in the old League of Nine, I once had an opportunity to engage in a few hints of the substance that behest my fellows. That was one of the only times. I want to burst into laughter, though I found no enjoyment in smoking myself. As always the case for first-timers. Must be pretty intense, huh?
류슈 양은 언제부터
What about you, Mr. Ryoshu?
이용하기 시작했는가?
When did you start smoking? The pair of eyes searched Ryoshu's face. She hadn't even bothered telling us her story, nor did she reveal any signs of unease or anxiety. What we saw on her face was inexplicable exhaustion, thrill, and a strange, as it seems, a fear chilling to its marrows.
글쎄,
Beats me.
어렸을 때부터 보고 자란 게 그것뿐이라.
So, I was just saying, ever since I was a brat, I wouldn't have guessed it any other. I wouldn't have guessed any other way. It's your turn.
맞지?
It's your turn this time, isn't it?
그래.
Yep.
너무
So darn
노골적이어서
obvious, makes me
비웃음이
scoff.
날 정도지.
어떤가? 류슈 양.
How do you feel, Mr. Ryoshu,
과거를
to be
마주해야
faced with the past that stands before you?
당연
Simple.
즐겁다.
It's exciting.
기다린 보람이
After
있어.
all that waiting finally paid off.
아, 그러고 보니 류슈 씨는
I don't know,
아까부터
you haven't smoked
담배를
once since the whole thing
피우지
began.
않네.
Ryoshu. Right.
미리부터
Trying to get used to staying
연습
off of
좀
it.
봐.
Meanwhile, back at the transportation truck.
붉은 시선.
The Red Gaze never thought you of all people would have one.
우습.
Funny, isn't it? The mighty and powerful Red Gaze loses this tiny bundle of liability from his clutches, and he's suddenly too scared to even swing his sword right. Not that I don't understand. To have an unwanted burden you can't even push aside or kill off, shoved in your care. I know what it's like all too well. I suppose I did want the thing back then, but never expected her to be such a nuisance. He has been digging around, and looks like you don't have any connections whatsoever to this half pint here. Could it be you got specific use for her? It's plain that you need her for something. So that's why you're letting that dead weight take along. Perhaps she's like my ticket or textbook over there. A pain in the ass you must try to kill off, but I can't because you need to make the future you long for come true. We have a bit more in common, don't we? You. I know why you're provoking me with this pointless rambling. Your friends are out on a mission. You're making sure I don't get in their way till you get all clear. However, just because my sword isn't cleaving your throat doesn't mean I won't collect your lackey's head. Keep that in mind. Badass. This should be interesting. Do your worst. I'm curious to see how long the textbook painstakingly crafted for my ticket would last. I get the color fixer, aren't you? Yeah, only 15 minutes of cutscenes. And a loading screen. Sire. Okay, dokie. Alright, let's start off with the easy part. The most synergy between team I have is you two are Rupture. Not Rupture, Tremor. It's bad Tremor, but it's Tremor. And then you have Bleed. And you two have Bleed. But, like, I do have, like, Heisho, but these three particular don't really have synergy. I think solid Lament. Contempt of the Gaze. And the Priestess. And you're just pretty set in stone because of... Diachi is kind of... It's fine. It's not particularly good in terms of damage, and you're a really good tank, terrible everything else. Do that, do that, do that, do that. Let's go. Yeah, I need to reorganize some of my team. Oh, great, more of these guys. Keep running into these mannequins. Are they made by those nurse fathers? Yes, to be more specific, just a ring nurse father. Corpism, an art movement that utilizes the interaction between human bone and muscle. The contractions and the elongation thereof with a splash of cubism technique, it seems. Nasty. Observe closely. Do you see them? Writings carved into their bones. These corpses were engraved with a wild scrawl of messages. Cards with a blade. They begin shuffling at us with that uncanny rhythm devoid of any substance of will. Dearest. Dearest daughter of Oz. Pay close attention to the way the lines curve. From ribs. We can make blades keener than any sword. From fingers we can make bludgeons sturdier than any mace. The cage has taken its processing yet hard the shape of an art to keep the heart and lungs from harm. Preserve this nature of a beauty of the human corpse, and do not interfere with its primary precise value. That is the reference with which the act of creation must be held, just as musicians held a priceless instrument. Touch it if you will. Do your fingertips feel the contours of a blade along the grain muscular, its tendons and sinews. The bones of the one most desperate to live have become a blade best fit to reap it.
그렇죠.
Indeed, it has,
요시 희대라면 이
hasn't it?
기타를
A new,
알아들을 줄 알았어요.
from the fathoms of my heart, you could appreciate the true value of this piece. Yushi,
그 어떤 것보다 정성을 기울여서
the care
이
placed
아이를 만들고 있다.
into this place, I have
조금이라도
so painstaking
균형이 안
into this
맞는
work.
뼈를 가지고
It's greater than any other workers of mine. The smallest fracture or imbalance instantly rendered it useless. Once this piece is complete, dearest,
마침내 완성된다.
I would like you to wield it.
요시 희대가 써.
I will.
그렇게나 노래 부르던 그 작품을
Never got to finish that
완성
precious
못했나.
piece he's always rambled about, did he? Muttered to herself. Combat time.
이번 의뢰가 끝나면 선배에게 찻집을 같이 가자고 해버려.
Alright, says Rosetta.
월세가
His
해결되는 생각하는데?
pink shoes.
선배님 언제 오시?
Oh, this is. Okay, this is that kind of encounter. I don't mind bleed being inflicted on
나
myself.
손속을 벗어날 순
I can recover off of that and give me blood feast. Blood feast that I can't use, mind you.
컨디션이 나빠 보이는군요.
내게는
That,
기회인
that,
셈이지.
that,
맞을
that.
생각 같은 거 없으니까.
나가주게.
기가 튀고
전투 감각 하나만큼은 이 성장자가 되고 이제 도통을 알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어.
여기서 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
There's enough people on the field that I would get contempt of the. I would get contempt of the gaze. Because you have 5, you have 4, and that's more than 7.
죄인인가?
해야 할 고통 이것밖에 모르겠어. 해잔병 같이 무릎을 꿇고 있을 때인가.
That.
평소처럼 넉살 좋게 같이 상황을 개선해 보시죠.
That.
나 손속을 벗어날 순 없다.
전격발.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 생존의 약 14%의 정리 슬로그가 있으며
Glad I picked up Thumb Meursault in the interim between Canto, or like the not Canto. I think during the Arknights event. Or
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요.
I think.
적합한 조치였습니다.
죄인인가?
제법 좋은 일격. 저런 실력 있는 해결사가 도시에 많아져야 할 텐데 말이야.
I'm gonna need to be mindful of my bullets.
경외감 속에 숨어.
하늘이 갑자기 확 돌아갔네? 솔직하게 말해서 한 번에 이렇게 강한 공격을 할 줄은 모르고 아주 옛날에 만든 기계를 가지고 왔거든.
멀지 않도록.
뭐 정확한 수치는 몰라도 아무튼 대단한 공격을 성공한 거네. 자부심을 가져도 좋겠어.
Actually, no, I don't. This is gonna be this is the end of the
죄인인가?
thing.
그렇게 서 있으면 그래. 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나고
벗어날 수 있다고
빠르게 하는
생각했는데.
편이
완벽한 승리
덜
축하드립니다,
한
아가씨.
법이지.
이 정도의 성과라면 4대 가문의
That's easy.
인정할 수밖에 없을 겁니다.
좋은 수업 덕분이지.
I think my voice is recovered.
경외라, 혹은 괄목하든가. 평범과 비범은 이렇게나 큰 차이를 보이지.
That being said, I'll see you guys next time.
날개 따위